Hi, today I'm going to talk about how work and factories have changed over time. We will be looking at four big steps that took place over hundreds of years, which we will refer to as industries. I bet you heard the term Industry 4.0, and you might be thinking it's all about robots, the internet, automation, or even flying vehicles. Well, you're mostly right, but there are some myths and misunderstandings around Industry 4.0, and I will try to clear up some of the doubts and explain what Industry 4.0 actually is. Before that, let's look at how industries have changed over time, all the way from first industrial revolution up to today's world, where the devices in our pockets can now even command factories on the other side of the planet. The progression from Industry 1.0 to Industry 4.0 reflects the evolution of technology and the methods in manufacturing and production. This is a wonderful story of humans' ability to grow, adapt, and innovate. Let's go back a long time to about 250 years ago, back to a world where people worked on farms and everything you needed was made by hand. A world where progress was slow and the life was labor intensive. But then something amazing happened. The invention of steam energy. Now, before that, it was all about hard work by hand or by using animals. But then people started using steam engines to power big machines in factories and in transportation. These machines could do things faster than humans could possibly do by hand and could help people make things quickly. For the first time, steam engines and mechanized tools started replacing manual labor, giving birth to professions like machinists and steam engineers. Mechanization was the first step towards amplifying human capability. Factories started to appear. Society moved from agrarian to industrial and factory-based economies. This was the first industrial revolution. Industry 1.0 was not about fancy machines. It was about taking what we had, like steam power, and making it work better for us. The idea was simple: leverage tools to amplify human effort. It was not perfect, but it was a progress. Fast forward about 100 years to the early 1900s, now something even bigger happened. In the second stage, we started using electricity to power machines, which was even better than steam because electricity was cleaner and more powerful. Factories no longer needed to be near water resources, spreading industrialization even further into the land. There was one problem though: the availability of skilled manpower. Imagine a factory where your friends are helping you making cars. Everyone is building the car as per their skill level, and every new friend has to be taught about the car mechanics before putting him to work. This is when people like Henry Ford introduced the assembly lines. This was amazing because now instead of making the whole car by themselves, the operators have to do just one small activity, like putting on the wheels while the car moves down the table. You no longer have to be expert in everything, but only in one job that you do over and over again, like putting the wheels, and the cars get made super fast. Now the focus was not on the operator's skill, but on the standardization of work. Industry 2.0 marked the birth of mass production assembly lines powered by electricity to make things better, faster, and cheaper, with everyone working together in a new way. The requirement of steam engineers and highly skilled labor declined, and new professions like electricians and assembly line supervisors came into existence. Next, in the 1970s and 1980s, we invented computers, and this changed everything again. The assembly lines and industries were relying heavily on the human judgment, and a slight oversight could result in huge losses. To err is human. So instead of just having people and machines work together, we now added computers to the mix. Computers backed by sensors and logics can do things we could not do. Using CAD software, we could see the parts and compute their strengths before they are even manufactured. In factories, robots started doing jobs that were dangerous or too boring for human beings, like welding or painting. Robots could work 24 hours a day without getting tired or making mistakes. These machines could think for themselves and make things even faster and better. New professions like designers, programmers, software engineers, and robot specialists came into existence. Industry 3.0 marked the digital revolution, and focused on the automation of repetitive tasks and the integration of programmable logic controls and the CAD system in the manufacturing. This is where most of us belong as of today. Now, before we move further, let me share my opinion. Throughout the history, every technological advancement that we have made is targeted towards one thing: to increase human comfort. For example, initially, walking was the only way humans could travel. But walking was time-consuming and physically demanding. The invention of bicycle brought some comfort through increased speed and ease of use, but we still needed to pedal. As engine technology progressed, motorcycles came into existence, eliminating the need to pedal. Then cars offered more speed and even provided shelter from the elements. So again, the purpose of every invention, every progress, is to increase the human comfort and to make our lives easier. With Industry 3.0, most of our repetitive work is being done by machines, robots, and computers, but we are still left with few tedious jobs that consumes a lot of our time. First, no doubt, these machines can detect abnormalities and stop automatically, but human intervention is still required to restart the machine or to make adjustment to the neighboring set of machines to compensate for the production loss. Secondly, these machines cannot improve their efficiency by their own. We, as programmers or software engineers, have to work and upgrade the machines to improve their productivity. Now, we are trying to solve these two fundamental problems with Industry 4.0. We are building smart machines that can talk to each other and make decisions all by themselves. Smart machines that can learn from their mistakes and get better by themselves. Now, how do we achieve this? First, we need these smart machines to be interconnected so that they can share information among themselves. We call it the Internet of Things. Now consider hundreds of these machines, each sharing data for numerous parameters on a real-time basis. Imagine the quantum of data being shared at any moment and the amount of data that has to be captured and analyzed for future references. Let's call it big data. Now we need a super smart brain for these machines that can process the big data and make real-time adjustments in the process if needed, which is where the AI comes in. And now imagine if this AI not only enables the machine to make judgment, but also teaches the machine how to make better judgment next time and prevent similar errors from happening in the future. We call this process machine learning. What we aim for our factories is to become smart enough to run on their own without human intervention. For this we need data scientists, cybersecurity experts, and AI trainers. Industry 4.0 is not just about automatic machines. It's more about connectivity, adaptability, and creating new opportunities. Now I know what some of you might be thinking. Isn't Industry 4.0 about robots taking over all the jobs and replacing the human workforce? Well, let's see. When the steam engine was invented, humans no longer have to push the machine cranks. Life became easier and we upgraded to become the steam engineers. When assembly line powered by electricity came into existence, we were able to produce things faster and cheaper without having to deal with the danger of handling steam. Steam engineers were no longer required and we upgraded to become the line supervisor, electrical engineers, and quality inspectors. In the next phase, computers and robots took care of most of our dangerous and repetitive job, and we left our job as workers and operators and started focusing on the problem-solving task by becoming designers and programmers. Now with Industry 4.0, we want the machines to design and program themselves so that we can focus on more important and creative tasks. Of course, there will be robots in our factories, but the real magic happens when machines and humans work together. So Industry 4.0 is not taking over our jobs. In fact, it brings new job opportunities that never existed before, like data scientists, AI developers, cybersecurity. Now there is one more thing I want to address. Many of us falsely believe that Industry 4.0 is about the internet and things being connected. We often compare it with the smart devices in our homes like televisions, air conditioners, or other appliances that can be controlled by an app. But Industry 4.0 is not just about connecting devices to the internet or getting real-time information on your desktop or mobile phone. It's way more than that. So if someone has connected their manufacturing lines to internet just to get online reports, either they don't understand what Industry 4.0 is, Or maybe someone has tricked them into buying their fancy gadgets and softwares in the name of Industry 4.0. The purpose of Industry 4.0 is to connect machines and systems in a way that enables them to share information among themselves and to make decisions on their own. Let me repeat the last part. To make decisions on their own. These smart machines backed by AI are continuously learning from the data they generate and share among themselves. Think about how Google knows what you might want to search for based on what you have searched in the past. In the same way, machines in a factory can also learn how to make better choices and improve over time. So yes, being connected is a part of it, but the real power of Industry 4.0 comes from how machines and AI work together to make everything smarter without the need of human intervention. So, what did we learn today? As we look at this incredible journey from steam engines to electricity to computers and to AI-driven factories, the message is clear. It is not about the machines. It is about us, our ability to dream, adapt, and create. Industry 4.0 is a new chapter in a long story of human progress, and it is happening right now. Industry 4.0 is not just about robots taking over. It's about people and machines working together using smart technology to make work easier and better. It is not about replacing humans. It is about helping people do their jobs more efficiently and creatively. I hope I have addressed some of your doubts and given you a better picture of what Industry 4.0 is all about. If you have any questions or you have a different opinion about Industry 4.0, I would love to see your comments below. Thank you for your time. Have a nice day.